Hello and welcome back everyone. So in this video we will look at another JavaScript interview problem. So in this problem what we need to do is we need to implement a curry function. A curry function is a function that takes a function as arguments and returns a function. So if we take this example, the sum is a function and we are passing sum function as an argument of curry and it returns another function which we used to call, and this calling this function in three different ways should give us the same result here, that is 10. So, like if you call the function with all the arguments at once, um, it will give us the sum of these first four arguments, since the original function that we passed in the curry function only accept four arguments. So it will only accept till four arguments. So if you give all the arguments at once, it will give us the sum of all, or even if you give them in parts, like first you give one argument and then that this itself will return another function, you give another two arguments and go on and so on and so on until and unless you give all the four arguments. So yeah, so we need to implement this function which can perform this kind of operation here. So let's try to get through it. So we know that this returns a function. So let's create a function here, function helper, and this takes some args. And at the end, I'll just return this helper function. So this is it. Like this is the basic structure. Now, what we need to do is first we need to check whether the arguments in this original function and the arguments in the past in the function that we are returning are equal or like greater than equal to. So if um, args dot length is greater than equal to the argument's length that the original function accepts. So this is the length, this returns as the length of the arguments of this. So if this is greater than equal to that, then we will just call the function with the arguments. We call the function with arguments. Else, what we need to do is since if this is not the case, then the case will be like this. So if the case is like this, then this returns another function. This returns another function, return function, and it takes in another set of arguments, arguments 2. Now what we'll do is we will recursively call our helper function. We'll recursively call our helper function to accommodate the remaining variables. So I'll just pass in all the arguments here. So this is really it. If this is not the case, then the case will look something like this. And since this returns another function, I'm returning another function. And here on the rest of this, I'm calling my helper recursively to accommodate all the remaining arguments. So what this will eventually do is it will accommodate all the remaining arguments. And when this if logic hits, it then ultimately calls the function. So I'll just run this and see if it works. I'll refresh this. Hmm. Okay. I'll just refresh the page, reload. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, I think it's not really working. What I'll do is I just go to inspect and run this code. And yeah, the output is 10, 10, 10. So this is giving us the output that we were expecting. So this was it for today. I'll see you in next one.